2025, January 7th. We all had a great set of holidays and a closeout to 2024. Super excited for 2025. But yeah, no, I hope everyone had some good time away. It's kind of weird that we had a couple weeks without these calls, so I missed you all. So I'm glad that you're all here, and I'm super excited to jump into this new year with you all and with the broader community, etc. Let's see here. Good to see a good group of folks already here. Um, just a little bit of doing a little bit of catch up too. So if you've DM'd me, I'm gonna get back to you. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of catch up all over the place right now after being off, but we'll be following up if I owe you a reply in the next day or so. Um, yeah, let's see here. Drew, how's it going, man? Oh man. All right. Well, let's see if Jenny gets here. We can. Oh, Battern. So
Hey,
you're mute.
how you doing? I'm good.
Happy 2025, man. How you doing?
Yeah, great, great. I'm in Canada again for the new year, so I'm no it's a nice, reasonable 2 in the afternoon.
Hey, nice, man. Did you have a good holiday?
Yeah, what I can remember of it.
Right on, man. Right on. I'm excited to have you here. See, Jenny should be here any minute, right?
Yes, yes. I think she's just doing a little bit of tidying on the sheet.
Nice. Go anywhere exciting for the holidays?
No, no. Just been kicking around my fiance's hometown.
Nice,
We
awesome.
spent a little bit of time in Toronto and went to that. Have you ever seen that Bar Chef place?
No.
It's like one of the best cocktail bars in Toronto, but they had like this cocktail, and it was like it comes out in like a big jar of smoke. I'm sure everywhere's got them. And there was another one which was like a deconstructed pina colada. It's basically just like a massive plate of ice cream.
I never understood the deconstructed things. It's like, it all kind of boils down to whatever, but that's awesome, man. Uh yeah, it was pretty low key on my end, but it was nice to get away for like, at least a few days. Um yeah, let's see here. Deconstructed Negroni.
I'm sure we could find one, but yeah, we're now like I've just got into the whole AI kind of video stuff, and yeah, it's really really fascinating tools to play with. To be fair, I'll have to take a leaf out of your book.
Oh yeah, what you find anything interesting that folks might be interested in tooling around with?
Well, at the moment, I know Keith's had a go with it, but I'm trying out the Sora, the Chat GPT video editor,
Oh, nice.
and like I want to use some of the voice to text things to try and get like the white paper and various other like community resources like the Bat 3.0 white paper with a Bat 3.0 roadmap, and get the good bits out, because what's that other one? The one you see, I can get something to do text to voice the whole thing, and then get another one to take out the best bits, and then use a video AI generator like lions chasing after stuff, and then have it after that, and then just blast it on TikTok in like 10-second videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be rad, man. No, it's awesome. It's super cool.
Yeah, 'cause, like I've started viewing TikTok so much that it's gone like, oh wait, mate, you're watching so much TikTok. How about you just start making TikTok? So instead of like giving me what I want to watch, now it's telling me like how to make a faceless TikTok channel. Yeah,
Awesome, dude.
it's got a fully crazy algorithm over on that one. Like the YouTube one's far tamer.
Yeah, it's I tried TikTok and it failed horribly. I just it's so all over the place, but it's cool. I'm glad that people are testing it out and
Like I know you know me a while now. It used to be just I'd be on going on 4chan and finding stuff from there. It's that with TikTok. It's reached the same sort of level. You mindlessly scroll, pick out the good bits.
as bad as it sounds, I feel like I get worse brainworm from TikTok than I ever did from 4chan. So I don't know. It's maybe I'm just old.
The brain rot is real. You're saying?
Oh, I see Jenny's here too. How's it going, Jenny?
Hi, everyone. Going well, going well. How is everyone else doing?
Good. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Good.
good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, sorry. I'm already showing off the deck.
I think TikTok rots your brain, but 4chan corrupts it.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, is everyone ready for a little community update?
Let's roll.
Okay, cool. Sorry, not to derail you, Battern. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
We.
Yep. Okay, just a heads up, I'm working with a single monitor setup today. So if anyone has questions or mentions me in the chat while I'm presenting, I will check after my slides. Okay, so first and foremost, Happy New Year. It's 2025. I can't believe it. So crazy. So grateful to have all of you here going into 2025. And I know that it's going to be a great year. Hopefully you all feel the same way. In today's presentation, we're going to cover some achievements from the community and the ambassadors program in 2024. And next week on the community call, we'll run through sort of like the direction that we want to take the community in 2025 and lay out some goals. But we're going to do that next week because I don't want to take up the entire call. And also our lovely Guillermo is out sick today, so we want him to be here for that. But anyway, diving in, I'm just going to start with some admin stuff up top. So we are still slowly phasing in self-custody Brave Rewards BAT payouts via Solana, excuse me. And so we still have the early access guest list that is open for people in the community to join if they don't want to wait for if they don't want to wait, excuse me, for the option to appear in their browser organically. Excuse me. Actually, just give me a second. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, it's all good.
Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, I was like choking there. Okay. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So we have the block survey form where people can sign up for the guest list. You all are very familiar with it by now, but I just wanted to highlight that so far we've received over 1,200 signups through that form alone. And that's largely thanks to our BAT ambassadors, also C-Ray and other people in the community who've been sharing it around. So thank you all who have been helping recruit new eager testers. If you or anybody that you referred filled out the form by or prior to last Friday, January 3rd, then your Brave Rewards payment ID has been whitelisted. So you should now see the option to link your Solana wallet to Brave Rewards in the UI, either now or within the next couple of days. And if you aren't familiar with this form, but you would like to join the early access guest list, I or somebody else while I'm speaking can drop the link to that in the chat. We'll make sure that you have it, and all you have to do is submit your Brave Rewards payment ID. You can put one of us team members' names down as the person who referred you. And I think you just have to include your Discord username as well so that we can contact you if anything. And last thing I'll say about this is that it's totally optional, totally voluntary, not mandatory. Like I said earlier, we're slowly phasing in this feature globally. So it will become available to everyone eventually. This is just if you want early access, if you want to be able to test and provide feedback while we're still phasing it in to all of our users, then join the early access. Okay, now that it is a new year, we will be resuming our weekly X Spaces events produced by Unfungible. We are paring down to one space a week. We were doing two, a Wednesday and a Friday show towards the end of last year, but we are going back down to one show a week. We feel like that's enough. And yeah, two shows a week was great, but I think one will probably be more impactful as everybody will have more time to prepare. And yeah, we will just be able to be more present because we won't be sort of like scrambling to prep for two shows a week. So with that being said, we have our first X Spaces show of the year coming up this Friday, January 10th. And that the topic of that one is creation and prediction, crafting tomorrow. And our guests will be Bitmask, Etherlink, Metropolis World, and Lanka.io. And then on Friday, supposed to say January 17th, not December, we have How Culture Shapes Communities That Last. And our guests will be Kyoto, KPR, Legacy Network, and Route 9. So join us there if you're available, and if you miss it, they're always recorded. Okay. Last update before we move into milestones from 2024 is our partners at Bandit Network have launched a few new partner quests with BAT incentives over on their website, bat.bandit.network. There are two quests that are currently live that you can join to earn BAT rewards and also Guano token rewards. The first is a quest by Bad Chain, which is Bandit Network's own chain. So you can go check that out. You can learn about it there as well. And then we also have a Guano quest ending January 10th, where you can participate in that and win some Guano rewards. And I'll pause here in case Drew wants to say a few more words, because I know he helped put this quest together.
Sorry, I was trying to find my unmute button. Yeah, I think that's gonna run for a couple more days, and then so we'll be ending that one, I think, on the 10th. So we got 2 or 3 more days on that, and then we'll yeah, send out, I guess, Guano to everybody that participated in that one. So if you want to get in, now's the time.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, Drew. And if you visit bat.bandit.network, you'll see that there are a bunch of other partner quests lined up as well that are just waiting to become active. We will be launching those over the next couple of weeks. And each of those will have BAT incentives as well. And we're going to be continuing to work with Bandit to make quests more engaging and fun and a little bit more layered than just, follow this account, follow that account, help us promote this, that. They'll be more engaging for the users as well. So keep an eye on those. We're still developing quests with more and more partners, and we'll announce them as they continue to go live. Okay, so before I hand it off to the rest of my team, I thought we could take a couple of minutes to just look back at some accomplishments and achievements from BAT ambassadors and the community over the past year. So since we're on the community call, let's start with that. We have hosted, or Luke has hosted, I should say, we've joined him on 100 calls to date, which is so cool. And starting in May of this past year, we also launched the live broadcast on X. So, you could be tuning into the call here on Brave Talk, or you could just be watching the simulcast on X. And that simulcast has attracted 43,000 viewers since May alone. So I think that those are pretty good numbers. And we've been able to reach far more people doing that than we have been by just hosting the calls on Brave Talk. So I just want to say thanks to everyone who joins us here every week, and also to everybody who's tuning in on X. Hopefully these calls are educational, informative, and fun for you.
Yeah, that was huge. Who started simulcasting on? Was that Godson? Or who was the? When did we start doing it? In May, you said?
Yeah, we started doing it in May. Sometimes Godson does it, sometimes Belladone does it.
That's right.
But yeah, it was an idea that came in, I think, from Belladone or someone in the community, and it turned out to be such a great idea because we've been able to increase viewership.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love it, and it's cool too because you can totally see like how many folks are viewing it, and it just kind of puts it where a lot of people are. So I love it. Thanks, guys.
Totally. Yeah, and in addition to that, toward the end of last year, Aranyaka, our ambassador from Canada, started putting together written summaries of the community calls. You know, we always have the recordings; those are uploaded to our YouTube channel weekly. We also tweets the video recordings after each call, but you know, they're kind of long, and if you miss the call, maybe you don't have an hour to sit and go through it. So Aranyaka has been putting together written summaries for the past few months, and those have been published on X and now our Notion. We also X post them on our Notion, which is then X posted back to X. So like you can always find them. And we also have a handful of ambassadors doing translations for those. So the summaries are now available in like 5 languages, including Spanish, Hindi, Japanese, and a couple of other languages. So yeah, just want to say a big thank you to those ambassadors who are putting in that work weekly to make sure that our community members who speak different languages can also get the updates. And as far as X Spaces goes, through our partnership with Unfungible, we were able to double our output, of course, like I mentioned. Historically, we've always done 1 space a week, hosted by the BAT community team alone, but Unfungible, with their help producing our shows, we were able to ramp up to 2 spaces a week, and altogether, we hosted 47 total events in 2024, which is great. I think we only missed just a couple of weeks for the holidays. And again, through our work with Unfungible, we were able to generate 1.67 million or over 1.67 million impressions total across our Spaces events last year, and engage over 31,000 listeners, which is far greater numbers than we were ever able to make when we were just doing these shows ourselves. Unfungible are true pros in this area, so they've really helped us increase the quality and engagement on our weekly shows. That's great. And the brands that we featured, so our guest panelists, have a combined total of 38.2 million followers, which is amazing because they also, you know, promote shows when they're on our panels. And so we've just been able to really get our brand and BAT in front of way more people in the Web3 space. So it's been just really great for our footprint. Okay, now, oh, I heard a breath. Did somebody have a comment? No? Okay, all right, we'll move on. So BAT ambassadors, last year saw season 4 of the BAT ambassadors program. I'll try to run through these a little bit quickly. Sorry, I realize this is taking a while.
No, go for it. No, take your time. It's fine.
Okay, then. Our program received over 150 applications, and I think this is a really amazing number considering all we did was share our application form on Twitter and mention it here a couple times on the BAT community call. We didn't, run ads for it. We didn't promote it heavily. There's just a lot of organic interest in the ambassadors program, and so yeah, I think that was a perfect number of applicants in the end because Batrin and I did one-on-one interviews with anyone who applied and who responded to our email after they applied. We ended up bringing in 30 new recruits who completed the training, which is amazing. And our BAT ambassadors through season 4 partook in over 40 events worldwide. So this includes BAT and Brave meetups that our ambassadors planned and hosted themselves. It also includes conferences that they attended where they represented BAT and Brave or where they did workshops or things like that, talks, hackathons as well, where we were able to introduce tens of thousands of students around the world to BAT and Brave. Our ambassadors also helped introduce hundreds more new users to Brave through our pilot referral program, which you all know about because I was sharing the stats from that pilot periodically on community calls last year. So that was awesome. Our BAT ambassadors also helped manage 15 regional BAT dedicated accounts to provide language localized updates to non-English speaking communities around the world, which is great. And our BAT ambassadors also put in a lot of work to help us beta test new features like on-chain creator contributions, which rolled out toward the beginning of last year. And then also, of course, Solana-based Brave Rewards payouts, which are still being phased in. So yeah, I just want to say, I've already said this on the ambassadors call earlier this week, so I don't want to sound too gushy, but you all know that we appreciate everyone in the ambassadors program so much, and our impact is always made all the greater because of you and your efforts and your time that you give us for almost free. I'm always astounded by the passion and devotion you bring to this project. So I just want to say a big thank you. Okay. Ooh, ouch. Just banged my elbow. Okay. Moving on to content and community engagement. Last year, our community and our team produced loads of educational content, including videos, memes, fan art to drive awareness and adoption for BAT. The Dave, amazing BAT ambassador, the Dave, also hosted over 136 trivia games in the Discord with weekly BAT and Guano prizes to engage our community over there and just make sure we have like icebreakers going every week. So that's freaking amazing. Thank you so much, the Dave. And then in terms of collaborations and like little partnerships, I can't mention them all here because there were many, but Karate Combat was probably one of the biggest ones to emerge Brave and BAT with millions of viewers through that collaboration, which is absolutely amazing. That media partnership is ongoing with them, and we hope to do much more with Karate Combat in the new year. I just want to shout out Moonbeamer and Drew for facilitating that, what has now turned into a full-blown partnership. So thank you so much. We also have our collaboration with Brawlers, which I thought was worth highlighting, where they created a BAT-powered character for their Web3 game. And they too have like a game arena. They're kind of like Karate Combat, but in the virtual world. And our branding is now featured in their arena ring, which is amazing. And we were also able to sponsor loads of events through the program, including Badger Hacks, which was a student hackathon at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, ETH Mexico, where we had a team of ambassadors participate in the hackathon, not just represent there, but actually hack in the hackathon. Hack CBS 7.0 as well, which was Delhi's largest student hackathon, where we reached thousands of students. Amazing stuff. And then final slide, of course, there is our awesome project spawned by Guilherme, Echo Magazine, which we distribute through Drip House, now to over 101,000 subscribers, which is amazing. We're able to reach a new sort of like cohort and audience there. Lots of Web3 creators live there, and so do their fans. So that's just like an amazing new platform and like cohort for us to be able to tap into. Through our Drip House channel, we've released 3 Echo Magazine issues and over 15 BAT CNFTs that are exclusive and collectible, and not just designed by Guilherme, but also through partners, creators, ambassadors. It's been a really fun creative journey. And if you aren't following us there, it's just drip.house/Echo Magazine. You can go give us a follow and set yourself up to collect more BAT NFTs when they become available. And then, of course, we ran Brave ads to promote our work with Drip on Echo Magazine, where users were, of course, rewarded with BAT for engaging with that content. And then lastly, I would be remiss to not mention the Guano meme coin, which came out of our community. Really cool project to come out of the BAT community last year. Their achievements so far are many, but just some highlights. They established a BAT Soul and Guano BAT liquidity pool or liquidity pools with 23K BAT locked and burn the fees via Soul Incinerator, which is awesome. And Drew might want to say a few more words about Guano later, but yeah, just highlighting them quickly here. And then another thing that we did, again, like these are just like some of the top level highlights, y'all, but we also partnered with Moonwalk Fitness to increase bat holder growth on Solana. And those fitness challenges were not only fun, but a really cool way to earn bat for doing stuff in the real world. So yeah, these are just some, again, of the many accomplishments and highlights from the past year. And again, I just want to say thank you to anyone or everyone here and all of our ambassadors and also my team for all of your contributions in 2024. And like I said, next week we'll cover some goals and milestones that we want to hit in 2025. And yeah, I'm just very excited for the year ahead, and I will stop waffling now. Thank you. And moving on to the next slide. Over to you, Battern.
Hello. Yeah, I'll give Jenny a chance to catch her breath. So the Bat Ambassador Program 2025, I want to get some more members of the program for around the world and paint that map red. I'd like to refine all the existing systems. I feel we've been going on for like 4 seasons now, and we've tried lots of different things, and we kind of know what works, what doesn't now. So let's get it all streamlined and into the box working. On that note, we've got now I know how to do the NFTs. We'll get them out for season 4. We'll get Guillermo to do them. Then we're going to launch season 5 in the next couple of months and take advantage of the bull run and get some fresh new people in. I want to get at least I want to get a meetup going at least every month now. Like I'll personally do one, so any more than that is a bonus. I'm be hopefully having one in Vancouver in the next couple of weeks. So I've got some swag coming along, and I'm going to have it a brewery and have some video games with bat prizes. Whoever win, like the online games we have, but in person, because I think it's a good excuse to get people to have their wallets, make a wallet, and get the prize. I'd like to. Oh, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to. The Christmas party or the holiday party was such a success that I think it'd be good to have one each season. We can have like a spring party, a summer party, an autumn party, and a winter party. I think that would be a good thing to do. It's
I
good to get
agree.
everyone in the same space having fun. I know you caught a little bit of the carry.
I think is such a good point. I love it.
It is indeed.
That karaoke was something else. I showed up for a few minutes and it was amazing.
So yeah, that was like the big yearly thing. Here's like the kind of weekly thing, as is tradition. I've noticed how much prettier everyone else's templates are looking. So that's something I'm definitely going to have to improve by next week. So as I mentioned at the start, I want to experiment with AI video creation and text to voice to create create a bunch of short form content using the existing stuff we already have. For example, the white paper and the roadmap. So I think short form content is really what people consume a lot of nowadays, and we have so much content that with very little work with the current tools we have can be turned into something which could turn a lot of people onto Bat and Brave. So we had our first meeting of the year. Not all of the team was on the first meeting due to sickness, but San and Kyoki-san got a chance to chat, which is good to see that the show goes on even when no one is there. It's good to see that people in the room, they're still chatting. The middle meeting went well. The recap of what went on last year is basically just like what you guys had just. No one attended the late news slot because now I'm in Canada. The late slot is now the regular slot for me. So I thought I'd see if that gave people an opportunity to join the meeting, which they didn't have before. I know Bowser has shown up if he knew it was on. So hopefully I'll see him next week and maybe a few other people.
Drew, are you here, my man?
Yeah, sorry, I was chatting.
You sound
So
great.
didn't see it switch over to me. So yeah, today just so happened that we ran the Brave Talk new tab takeover that features some of the Pudgy Penguins, and that always seems to get them hyped up. So it's always good to see other communities sharing about Brave, and that was kind of the idea behind that. And actually, recently had another project come and ask us about that because of one of the other ones that we ran. I think it was the Sappy Hills one with the wallet. They saw that, and I got tagged in it as someone that might be able to help them facilitate something like that. So we may see some more, and then of course we're always working on new partnerships and things like that, and have had, even though things have been a little slow because of the holidays and whatnot, um, people being away and things, and then now everybody's back and it's all getting, everything's backlogged. So all dumped in at one time here on Monday and Tuesday of the week after New Year's, right? But so it's been busy, but that's a good thing. Um, and
I love Drew about that new tab takeover, the tweet that you did on that, where like it was so cool how you're able to like tag the different folks that were in the image, and like
yeah.
and you see them and they have the same profile pic as what they had on the I thought that was a super cool like touch for that.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's cool. No, yeah, actually, that's a good point because I hadn't even noticed that, I guess. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, of course, everybody, likes to see their PFP or their, in this case, or instance, penguin on there. So it's kind of cool. And that was the idea, right? Is to kind of get other communities kind of involved in sharing and being excited about Brave talk, or just being on Brave in general. But so that's kind of the idea. So it's good to see that it's kind of working. And yeah, I was saying though, things have been a little bit slower just because of holidays, but definitely picking back up now that we're back, at the full swing of things. um Kind of focus for me anyways for this year is finding good partners and projects that we can work with long term and build with and do more stuff. And so far I've had a few calls over the last several weeks with some pretty good ones, I think, and hopefully they pan out to more long term projects that we can build with. So excited for that. And then just a quick little thing, we have a moon sheep, I guess, uh, um, in a teaser kind of a thing again, maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Hey, come on
But
again.
I guess we'll see. But and this one actually is one that's, I guess, on Abstract that's launching this month, and supposedly is a pretty uh highly anticipated project. And I ended up chatting with one of their guys, and he offered us some whitelist spots. So there's a post in the holders giveaway of the Discord. You just got to react to that. I think we'll do that tomorrow, so you got until tomorrow morning probably to react and get added to the raffle if you want to join that. And then yeah, I was checking on the guano, the staking thing to earn or locking up bat to earn guano. And it looks like, yeah, we've just passed 60,000 bat that's locked up for at least 1 month, and I assume probably most of it's more like 2 or 3 months. So it may not be a ton, but it's looks like people are actually locking up their bat to earn guano. So it's kind of cool to see. So
Super cool. 60K bet. Like
yeah,
pretty awesome. How long has
yeah,
it
actually
been?
it's more than
It's like a couple weeks, right?
yeah, it's more than I thought was going to be on.
If we haven't run
I'm not
any
gonna
ads.
lie, it was right at 59, almost 60. So I will I'll say I pushed it over the edge. I mean, it's like a couple hundred more bat, and we were good. So, but hey, it's good to see that others are joining, and the communities doing that, joining, and
And that we
so
haven't run
hopefully.
like I know that the Guano folks reached out about running some ads for the staking stuff, but we haven't run any ads to date for that, right? So it's like 60K with just pretty organic.
Yeah, really organic. I mean, I think a few tweets. I think we've maybe shared it in the Discord and things like that. But yeah, pretty organic. So it's
Awesome.
pretty cool to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right, Paula. Sorry.
No worries, Drew. Thank you. Well, first of all, hi everyone. Happy New Year. It's good to be back for the first Back Community Call of 2025. So I wanted to share what we accomplished in LATAM in 2024. So first, we onboarded a new BAT ambassador from Mexico, Eric, and him, Donatello, and Wilfredo represented BAT and Brave at key events in Mexico and Colombia. Also, our ambassador, Rafael, excuse me, began streaming Brave and BAT content on Twitch with amazing Brave swag that we sent. And well, we built connections with projects in the region for future collaborations. Actually, this year, and we worked on localization with Andy, including Brave Ads Manager, specifically the UI platform and the help center, and also the BAT Roadmap 3.0. And let's see. Of course, we engaged with our LATAM audience consistently on X and Discord with regular posts. We also produced short videos for YouTube and TikTok covering topics like Brave Search, rewards, and the launch of Echo magazine. And lastly, we started localizing Back Community Call summaries that are created by our amazing ambassador, Arañaca. And now for this year, we want to set some goals and create even more engagement. So we will develop and produce additional video content, and we already have some in mind. And we will expand localized content to better engage diverse audiences, like with posts, videos, and just translating articles from the Brave blog and things like that. Of course, we will continue with the Back Community Call summaries. So we'll enhance and maintain the Notion page. And well, like I said, we plan to establish partnerships across LATAM. We'll define and achieve strategic goals in collaboration with LATAM ambassadors, like, again, content, events, and meetups. And so with that, we'll plan and coordinate community meetups to foster engagement. And well, lastly, we'll increase activity and interaction on the BAT LATAM account on X. So this year is full of exciting things, and we'll work very hard to achieve those goals. Next slide, please. Thank you. And now we just published summaries 31 and 32 from the BAT community summaries created by Arañaca on X. So they're now available in Notion, and you can find those links in the recent post by the BAT account and BAT community account as well. And well, again, these summaries have been translated into Spanish, Japanese, and Hindi, thanks to the Dave and the BAT Japan, BAT Japan community. And I help with the one in Spanish. Thank you. But we plan to translate them in other languages as well this year. And so if you miss the calls and you can't listen to the recording, this is a great alternative for you. So shout out to our ambassadors for their translations, and of course Arañaca for taking the time to put together a weekly summary. And that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Nice. It's awesome updates from everybody. Yeah, like really cool to see the numbers and kind of the updates from the year, and looking forward to seeing everybody kind of like drive towards those goals this year. Yeah, I think there's also some tweets from the Brave account kind of covering a bunch of the features this year over the past year that's kind of worth taking a look at on our profile page. I believe that the numbers are getting ready to be posted too for December, so keep eyes peeled for that, unless it was posted between the last couple meetings and now. So if so, then apologies. But yeah, so also, we're blog entries. So Sierra's asking if there's a plan for blog entries or anything about any of that. Yeah, we're gonna be posting out the blog with some updates shortly. I was trying to get it done before the holidays, but ran out of time. So I'll get that done as soon as possible. Like Drew mentioned, we've been having a bunch of meetings with prospective partners. A bunch of them are like around L2s or EVMs, where we're bringing up the rewards 3.0 and the roadmap. It's been huge and huge help to kind of be able to go to partner or prospective partners and with the roadmap and kind of show them what we're working on and getting ideas. And we've actually been getting a bunch of ideas from the partners too that we didn't even think about. So pretty excited about that. And yeah, so I think we can open it up for questions if folks have them, and then and yeah, we'll go from there. I think I was Nathan had a question earlier. Let me pull it up. Ba, 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 ba. Nathan was asking what will be with Google being sued for monopoly and the consequences. So there's a couple different cases in different areas for that. In Europe, they have some antitrust stuff that's happening with some browser choice screens and things like that that are rolling out. And in that case, you know, folks will get to know about Brave that might not have. And every time we've seen things happen from that, we've seen upticks in growth in those areas. So that's pretty bullish for what we're doing. In the US, it's a little bit different. There are different cases that are open right now and different remedies being talked about. But yeah, so a little more to be determined on that. There have been rumors around, you know, potentially spinning out Chrome. We'll see what happens there, but it's still a little too early to tell. Crippled Resistance, you have a hand up.
Hi, how are you?
Happy New Year, man. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
If a person has the the ads up or the ads enabled, but you don't have an account with anybody, do the ads help Brave the Brave get more money that way? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So if let me just replay that. Like if a user hasn't linked a rewards account to a custodian or self custody.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, you know, users that choose to earn the revenue share, and so if they haven't linked, then they are not earning the revenue share. Then more of the revenue is coming to Brave. So that's one way. I think, you know, there's other ways too. People can pay for premium products and other things like that too. One thing we've been seeing and largely too, like a lot of credit to Keith too for bringing folks in on this front and just kind of seeing what different folks types of users are willing to do. We're seeing people that want to support in different ways, and so you know it's going to be continue to be important for us to like provide different ways for people to support Brave that want to. And yeah, so these different options are. Some people don't want to ever see an ad ever, whether it's ours or anyone else's, and you know, we can have some premium options that they can pay for, like and not see any of the ads. And then other folks don't mind and can, you know, leave ads running and, you know, have it work that way.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions? We got 16 minutes.
For like people that don't want to see ads at all, including Brave ads, so they turn them off or whatever. Like, is there plans to like, um, you know, obviously Brave has to make money, and obviously they have the premium. Yeah, I guess is that just the plan? Is the premium products for people that don't want ads?
Yeah, I mean the premium option is kind of like a natural one for folks to go to, like and support. And even things like premium search, right, is one where I think it's like $3 a month or something. It's like not that much, but there's different ranges that people can pay, right? So if you want something that's like, I mean, VPNs obviously like on the higher end of the spectrum on cost, and then or you have something that's lower cost, so people can support that way. And I
Yeah.
think the team's working on bundling and stuff too.
I just wonder, like, what's the percentage of people that like turn off all the ads and actually, pay for premium versus like just being,
I mean, I know for
freeloaders,
yeah, no, well, like we actually have because we have like statistical, we have our P3A, our product diagnostics, right? And one of the questions on that is around the sponsored images, and so because users can turn that off, and it's kind of a good proxy for that because it's the settings adjustments right on the same screen that the thing is. So if people want to like turn that off, and we've been looking at this for a couple of years, and it's always stayed above 90% of the users keep it enabled. And so it's a pretty small cohort that disable sponsored images from to begin with. What we don't know is like how many of those then go to pay for something like a premium.
Yeah, of course,
But
right.
but I mean, like that's one thing where it's been really interesting to see it because, like when we did sponsored images, initially it was like one of those things where before, like to see any type of sponsored anything, it was you had to enable rewards, and we wanted to see if like okay, like there was some concern around people not liking it, but it turns out like several years of looking at this, over 90% of users keep it enabled, and it's one of those things where there are several different options that people have. Like people can turn off sponsored images, they can change the new tab page to a URL if they want, or they can even add custom images in there too. So still seeing that number in the place where it's at is a pretty cool thing, and I think
Yeah.
it's a testament to like trying like one of the things that like our design team has really tried to balance, like making it so that even though a lot of people want to block ads, like what we're showing is like not gonna feel like a bad ad like you would want to block, right? Like, and so
Yeah.
raising the
Yeah,
bar.
actually, I know I'm a bit biased or whatever, and C-Ray also mentioned that he generally kind of enjoys the ads, like so do I. Usually they're pretty good, um, and he also mentioned like now sometimes the notifications can be a little annoying. It pop up at the wrong time and get in the way or whatever. I guess I had a question on that. So since you guys mentioned the new platform and stuff, will there still be the notification ads, or is that going
Yeah,
away,
so
or how will that play out?
it's a great question, and so the current plan of action on that is basically like what it'll do is we'll move from the current form where every ad is in a notification to then having this offer wall with the different modules in the rewards panel, and instead of showing a notification for as an ad, what we'll do is we'll like have the notifications uh, display for users as new offers are showing up in the offer wall. So instead of seeing, a different ad kind of hitting several times an hour through a notification, you might get a notification every hour or every couple hours. And of course, we'll let users control like how often, and we'll find the right default there. But the idea is that like we've also seen, like we've tried things like, okay, let's make a red dot on something if we want to indicate that there's something new there. It doesn't really work that great. Like the notifications are pretty effective in like getting the user's attention. So instead of showing them so many notifications, we'll show them one notification every hour or so, and let them know that they have new offers available. And because that catalog will keep refreshing with new offers that are relevant, right, for the user. And so you'll end up kind of you'll end up, when you go to the offer wall, you see a lot more offers and ads and things like that there. But you won't be getting bugged by notifications as often, and they won't be individual ads for each. So the notification might say, hey, you have new offers from X, Y, and Z in the rewards wall or something like that. And then you click it and go, and it pulls up the Brave Rewards offer wall.
Cool. Yeah, no, that sounds cool. Like
I
a
think it helps, right?
happy medium there. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like it lets a notification notify, right? And the notifications as an ad unit was a nice thing for the initial launch, because we could use something, it was kind of somewhat uniform across all the different platforms that we're on, and it's something that operates from the operating system. So you can kind of do different things with it, and have some reliability there. But I think, like, over time, one thing we've learned is that some users didn't like them at all, right? Like, and we're really limited kind of by the format a lot. And so if we can still use the strengths of that notification to pull users in, great. But then moving us to this new module setup is like a lot more liberating in a lot of ways, because you do a lot more with the surface area, right? Like, I think I've mentioned this before, but initially it'll be offers that kind of look like the notifications right now, but having that extra real estate, we could do things like adding in a buy button to buy things directly, like from the offer, and remove a lot of friction there, or other types of customization are possible with this new setup that weren't before. And it gives us a lot more opportunity to do more like partner tailored things too. With different, I mean, if we're looking at different networks that are kind of emerging as ecosystems, we can play with having offers modules for different ecosystems, and kind of tying bat utility and stuff.
Well, I don't want to hijack the whole call, but like C-Ray also asked about, the payouts on these, if there would be more or less. And I think it probably depends. Obviously, you know more than me. But like you're saying, you probably could do it to where, if it's something that you end up clicking on and, engaging with, maybe that's worth more or something, or I don't know if
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
even an option, or if you buy something, you get additional rewards or something off the
yeah,
offer wall or something.
two parts of that. I mean, one, I mean, like, going from seeing a few notifications to an hour to getting pulled into seeing a lot more is, for us to have a flat rate CPM or something, that's a lot more value back to the user. But also, like, tying the utility to the placements in the offer, and doing things like quests, et cetera, is like going to give users more opportunity to earn more through the offers, right? So it is like an area where, like, we can have quests as an offer module. Users will have quests that they can go run and earn more through, right? So I think, like, part of this is trying to kind of like extend bat utility beyond just like seeing an ad and getting something for it, right? Because again, these were nice initial steps to kind of prove out the initial use case, but like really, like, bat should be doing a lot more than that, like in the attention economy. And so I think I wouldn't necessarily say I think this is setting us up for the users to actually earn a lot more through this new model than what we were doing before. But like, there's going to be like some transition from moving from what we're doing now to this new model. And so that's kind of where we're at now, is we're meeting with like individual dApps, and we're meeting with like networks, and with even folks that are at these like DAO groups and stuff, to go over the roadmap, discuss proposals, get proposals out there, and then and everybody that we've shown it to has been super excited about it. So I think that these folks are starting to understand the opportunity that we have here with the user base that we have, and like, they're seeing how this can scale up in a pretty awesome way too. So good questions, I think. I see where
Yeah, there's a few things. I'm going to jump straight in on what you were talking about, though.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Do you know, I guess as I keep hearing about the offer wall and everything, I think what kind of gets nervous is the phrasing. Is
Okay.
it essentially going to be like, hey, we have to go sign up for websites, we have to give our data to other people, or we have to go make purchases, and Brave is now going to go away from like the privacy to say, hey, if you want to earn BAT, you got to keep giving people your info?
No,
Or
no, no,
what
no.
would the quest be, you know, or the
No,
offer?
I mean, like obviously, like users will earn rewards as they have, right? Like that part's not going away. But what this does is it allows us to add additional utility for people. Like 'cause we've seen people request for that too. Like they want to be able to pay with that for things. They want to be able to, earn in other ways, right? Like, so this is merely like extending the utility beyond what we already do. So it's not replacing that, or the privacy part's not going out the window. I think users are always have the choice to do more and earn more based on what those things are. And the default system that we have is going to continue to be user first and privacy focused, right? Like, and as long as the user is in control of that, we like when we see things come into the system too, we always are kind of looking out for like, okay, does this feel like this is trying to bait people for their data, or are these guys being clear, right? Like with what they're trying to do. That part's not going away. I think, but what we have heard from users is that we want to earn in new ways. We want to do more with BAT, and by kind of extending this out this way, it's allowing the market to do more with BAT, which everybody wants anyway, right? Like, I don't think we want to have Brave being the only ones kind of controlling how BAT's used in the market, and beyond that, like with so much of the supply circulating now, it's not even realistic for us to think that way anyway. But yeah, I hope that helps.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, I'm gonna slip one more very
yeah, please
quick.
do.
When we talked about Brave Premium on search, we always have said that even when Brave has the ads, those should be able to be blocked by shields or like uBlock Origin or something, right? It's not going to try to bypass any of the
Right.
ad block content. Only had argued with somebody about it, and they said no. If you look at the Brave Search Premium thing, it just says only if you pay does it get removed. It doesn't say it can be blocked or whatever, and that Brave is going against its thing. So I wanted to confirm.
Yeah, they can just go and like turn aggressive shields on, and it applies the same treatment as everybody else. So if you turn aggressive shields on, it does that.
I thought so. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
No. Yeah, that's a good question. Cool. I see Duck's got a hand up. Happy New Year, Duck.
Hey, yeah, just to piggyback off of what C Ray was talking about with the ad walls or the offer walls.
Yeah.
I think just to expand on some of the concerns was how he mentioned with do survey, sign up for this, whatever, offering up data. Part of the community concern behind that is even if Brave doesn't like specifically offer those kinds of things as an option for advertisers, if it is an option for advertisers to do that kind of stuff and it does pay BAT for doing those steps or any kind of rewards for doing those steps, the ecosystem will sort of naturally have a tendency to lean more heavily into that as people, I mean, people these days already do those, data harvesting surveys for pennies over a month. So I think the concern is also what he said, but combined with that, will Brave take a proactive approach to sort of making sure those sorts of things don't happen?
Yeah, so I think it's a totally valid concern. Like, I think, like, first off, it's like the first level is to make sure that, like, first off, we're like not going to like switch everything over to something that's going to require that, right? Like, and also like there's vetting that's happening on the advertisers that are coming in, but more importantly, like, I mean, like somebody could come in and do that theoretically right now anyway with ads in Brave, where they could offer to give people more BAT for giving an email address or something like that. Like users have always been able to like offer up a email registration or something like that. The key is to like that's the choice of the user to do with another party, right? And that Brave's not intermediating between that. Like, and we're not going to try and like push for that to happen necessarily, but I think like the utility that we're talking about here isn't just for like giving over a piece of data. Like you could have something where it's like, look, like we can have dexes in an offer wall where BAT holders can get additional percentage off of trading fees or something like that, where like utility can mean a lot of different things, right? And so the idea here is that, there can be different utility cases that are offered for placement for that, but we don't want it to skew into a predatory model like what you're suggesting at all, like far from that. And we're obviously, like, if something's looking like it's like illicitly dating money, we're not going to run it anyway, right? Like, I mean, like, that human review process is not going away. And when we're setting these things up, we're setting them up like right now. We're basically kind of like writing guidelines for how we're approaching partners for this, because we have to do that anyways for the offering. And part of that process, and this is what we've done in the past too, like for even things like crypto advertising and stuff like that, where you have an additional set of guidelines, you use those as a starting point, and those are informed by information you have now. And as you go in the process, you tighten up those guidelines as you see how the market's reacting to what you're putting out there. And that same process is going to happen here. Like we're going to be kind of like, there will be new guidelines that we set up along the way as we vet these things and new requirements and stuff. But right now it's like a new thing that we aren't like, we're still forming up the initial program around. So like, yeah, I mean, like, the same thing could be said for just like running crypto ads too. Like we could have just run anything for everybody, and that would have been really bad, right? But we try to find a balance where we can proactively not try to block out the market from being an open market, but at the same time, like making sure that we're putting up guidelines that are ones that Brave is comfortable with, operating in, right? For our users as a user first company. So I hope that kind of answers it. Like it's definitely top of mind, like, and it's the same with everything, like even with like new tab takeovers, right? Like the sponsored images, we've been really kind of mindful around what we feature there and how we do it. Like there's stuff that will run with notifications, but we won't run with new tab takeovers, because we just are aware that audience that's seeing those is so much larger than ones that opt in to rewards, right? Like where that's a different type of a good, more general cohort, right? So like we're going to approach the same kind of mindful, balance here with this new thing, especially because it's new. And yeah, like I think, I can assure you that if stuff starts to feel how people if stuff starts to vibe the same way that people are concerned about, it's not going to it's not going to settle internally either, right? Like that the folks are going to throw flags out early on that internally too. So it's kind of a dual edged thing. Like we're listening to everyone in the community, and then also like we're kind of going off of our own, our own kind of like experience on this internally. And then also like, people internally are definitely not shy when they see something they don't like, or something that they feel is against the ethos of anything, or even threatening that, right? So I think that it's going to be a maintain like a balanced approach here for as we go forward. But it's also kind of going back to even like back in like 2018 or whatever, when we were initially pitching some of these things, where you can earn as you go through an experience and those types of things. Like this is stuff we wanted to do, but you're right. Like there's got to be a balance there, and the answer is that we're going to find our way with it. And if we, the last thing we ever want to do is like set up something parasitic or whatever. And like if we do that, we shouldn't expect users to stick around anyway. So like yeah, I mean like definitely top of mind. And definitely here, yeah, and it's something we're keeping in mind to you as we go forward. So I hope that helps, like, answer the question or shine some light.
Yeah, and very quick, because I know we're at time anyways, but
Yeah.
on that, I'm hoping we might be able to get that examples of the types of things. But like I said, unfortunately, when I'm hearing it, and I know some others might be, it sounds like it could be, hey, click this so you can give this person your like income level, your date of birth, or your email, or your zip code, and all this, and then we'll give you BAT. Or if you come here, provide all your your email, or your IP address. It's all of these extra things, like what you might find in the surveys or the tasks and stuff that you see at like Swagbucks. And so that's what I was trying to figure out. What is it particularly that Brave is going to have do? And if it is simpler, just click here, send crypt, but it's how much of your details are you going to have to make visible? And that's the big mystery and concern at this point in time until we see it.
Right. And totally like understand the concern. And I think like some of this is even going to be way more downplayed than that, where it'll be like, look, like a bat holder can get access to something, right? Like there's going to be different levels of this, but we're not going to be doing something where it's like, dude, give an advertiser a bunch of data to like get something and have that be what this evolves into. But like users can, like what I was saying before, users right now can give an email address to an advertiser. We've never stopped that. Like, but we don't let it be something that a user could collect on their own. Like, I mean, that an advertiser could just go and collect without the user knowing about it. Like, but a user could provide a email address to subscribe to a newsletter or whatever, like for an advertiser. Like, that's not something we've blocked before, right? So like,
Right, but the difference, right, is we've always been paid to see the ad and then for us to decide. So now if the task is that, hey, you're getting the bat only when you accomplish this task, only when you
we've
sign
never
up
said
or
that.
provide the data. That's what I was saying as far as the
No. And I said, like, we're not completely pivoting a model to something like that. Like, the users are going to get rewards from as they're getting rewards now, right? Like then we're giving options for people to earn additional rewards through, extending out the utility there. Like, and yeah. So that's, we're not switching to something where users have to give data. Like, that would be totally anti-brand anyway. Like, so yeah, I totally get it concerned. Like, and we'll put more clarity and color out there. And what we can do too, as we get more of these like partner placements locked down, we can show examples on the calls and stuff to kind of help alleviate those concerns as we go, and make it a little more clear. I think that's a totally good point. Yeah, I appreciate that too. Those are good questions. But now we're like 5-6 minutes over. So I'm going to wrap up for now. We'll be back 1 week from today. Thank you all for the updates. We'll be next Tuesday, same bat time, same bat channel. Great to see everybody. Excited to be here 2025 with you all. See you all later. Until then, see you online. Have a good one, everybody.
Cheers.